You guys, since week 6, Penei Sewell has been the second best offensive tackle in football per the PFF, only behind 8-time Pro Bowler Trent Williams. Adam, your thoughts on our guy, Penei Sewell?
I mean, unbelievable. He's played so well, and in that time he's been at left tackle, now at right tackle, and he's excelling really well. Look, you want to backtrack to week 1? I got this one wrong. I really did. I really didn't believe, and it's still out there, to be fair, because he still eventually has to go back to left tackle at some point, and hopefully he reaches his potential. But the guy clearly shows that he's a freak of nature. He can adapt, and he can play both ways. And look, you guys want to revisit the past and go back? Look, at the time we had a 3-game sample at right tackle. He looked awful against second and third stringers. And then he went up against Nick Bosa week 1. He looked really damn good. So, look, I don't mind being wrong on this. Penei Sewell was a hell of a draft pick. I'm really happy with it. And the second highest rated tackle in football over Rashawn Slater, over some of the guys like Zach Martin, some of the veterans in the NFL. Lions hit a home run. That's your future left tackle for the next 10, 15 years. And Lions fans should be ecstatic with that draft pick. He's unbelievable. He's a menace. He plays tough. He's exactly what you want from an offensive tackle, Kennedy. He's exactly what you want. And I don't think the Lions could have gotten any better pick. I know people are screaming for Parsons, but I don't think he goes in and contributes to the Lions the way he is for Dallas right now. I just think the NFL is really situation-based, right? Some people go to situations and they excel, others don't. And Parsons is one of those guys, I believe, in Detroit wouldn't be delivering the results that you're getting right now. Penei would have gone elsewhere, would have been delivering what he's delivering now for Detroit, and people would have been really upset. I really think that's the case. So, look, that's that with Penei Sewell. I'm really happy for him. And I'm really happy it's working out because I said it early on, too. You can't afford to miss on Jeff Okudah and then Penei Sewell back-to-back. It would have been so damaging. You're trying to gain the trust of this fan base. Missing on your first-round pick is not a good start. And early on, it looked like a whiff having him at right tackle. What happened? Taylor Decker got hurt. He excelled at the left tackle position. So to some areas, yeah, I was right, but I don't even want to focus on if I'm right or wrong. I'm just happy that Penei Sewell is playing really well.
Here's my question is, obviously on draft night, we saw how excited they were that Penei Sewell kind of fell to us, right? Do you think they had thought even that far of, we have Taylor Decker, but now we just drafted a left tackle when we know Slater was still on the board?
Look, I think with Decker, what the Lions are hoping out for is he plays well into his 30s. And then Penei Sewell just becomes a full-time right tackle. Which
you think that was their initial plan?
I have to believe so.
Okay.
Decker is on a friendly contract. You're not overpaying for him, let's put it that way. You're paying him what he deserves. He's a very good tackle. Having said that, it does blow my mind that they took that kind of risk going for a Penei Sewell, asking him to change positions. But hey, high risk, high reward. And right now it's rewarding just fine. So I got to tip my cap. It's a great move. They look good. If Decker plays well into his 30s and at a high level, the Lions have a top 5, top 7 O-line for the next 8 to 10 years. Well, that's a damn good thing.
I bring up Slater because he was still on the board. What, did he go 9th?
No, Slater went in the teens. I believe he went 13th.
Geez Louise. Okay. Well, anyway, still left on the board. I haven't checked in with him. Obviously, he's not doing as well as Penei Sewell, who is second past week 6.
Well, no, but I mean, Slater's been a top tackle in all of football.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. I haven't
1.
been. Okay.
So, yeah, that stat is from week 6 on. Yeah. Slater, if you do all of PFF, I'm sure he's a top 6, top 7 tackle right now, and Penei Sewell's probably 10 or 11.
So that's
not a bad thing.
Right.
But, yeah, no, I think the Lions made the right choice with drafting Penei Sewell. He fell to you. You were very fortunate. You saw the reaction of them when he fell to him and how they drafted him.
Even the reaction of us at the bar.
Of course, and everybody should have been excited. I think what caused, trauma early on was, dude, why are you putting him at right tackle? He's clearly struggling. Move the veteran to right and let him excel. And what happened? The veteran got hurt, and Penei Sewell did excel at left tackle. And then you moved him back to the right, and he's looked very good. And yes, the Lions have been running the ball a ton. Yes, Jared Goff has been getting the ball out of his hands. And what makes an O-line look much better than what they are? Throwing the ball quickly and running the football. And that's what the Lions have been doing. So I'm all for it. It looks really good.
All right, I like it. But obviously, this year, we've got Goff at quarterback. It's not like we still had Stafford there. It's not like we have our franchise quarterback sitting there that they have to protect. So is there part of you, Adam, that still is like, why don't we have Sewell at left tackle?
No, I'm not even concerned position-wise anymore. And look, the win went a long way with me. They needed to win a football game, Kennedy.
Yes, they did.
You couldn't convince me throughout the entire offseason that everything was going according to plan if they were 0-16-1. They needed to win a damn football game. Monkeys off the back. Now you look at this roster, how do we improve it? You've got 2 first-round picks. Are you going to go wide receiver and, let's say, edge rusher? Okay. Second-round pick. What are you doing? First overall in the second round. Probably going maybe safety, secondary player, who knows? Maybe even a linebacker if the one we like is available. So many options for the Lions this year. They're going to have to get better. It's that simple. They do need more talent. Having said that, I think they're well ahead of the Jets, the Giants, the Jaguars, the Texans. These rebuilding teams, quote unquote, they are much far ahead. They have a premier tight end. They have a solid run game. They have a premier offensive line. They have a quarterback that's proven he can win games in the NFL, whether we like him or not. He can win you football games. So they're not as far off as, a team with a Daniel Jones. The Jets with Zach Wilson, who doesn't look all that great right now, and he was the number 2 overall pick. The Lions are further ahead than people believe. I really believe that. They just now need to get out of their own way, stop coaching themselves into holes, stop learning on the fly, and start putting together solid game plans that make everybody else look good.
Yeah.
And Aaron Glenn has done that for a majority of the year. Now it's time Dan Campbell and Anthony Lynn together put together a game plan that at least gives you a glimpse of what this team could be next year. And that's the key focus, I think. They got the win. No one's going to be calling them a winless team, an embarrassment team anymore. Thank goodness. That's not a conversation anymore. They won a football game. Now what's important for the Lions is building off the win, securing a top 2, top 3 pick, and going into the offseason with some, I don't want to say hope, but with some optimism of, hey, if we do our jobs this offseason, we should be in pole position to turn things around. And that's it. It's that simple.
Well, as we're talking about the offseason, the 2022 salary cap is expected to be the highest that it's ever been at $208.2 million. So, that being said, what are you expecting from the Lions to do come
I don't
the
think they're
offseason?
going to go big in free agency. I think they're going to get veteran players in pieces or holes where maybe they couldn't address in the draft. And that's going to be the key difference. Maybe another veteran edge rusher, who knows? I think veteran linebackers is probably where they're going. Maybe even a veteran safety if they don't go safety. Jeff Okudah comes back next year, hopefully by October. Hopefully he can give you something. There are pieces there. I think maybe even a veteran wide receiver. They're not going to go out and get a Devontae Adams. They're not going to attract these type of players. What they need to do, maybe people don't want to hear this, but they need to get players that fit their system that they currently have and try to excel. Josh Reynolds, I think you re-sign him. He's going to be a good fit for this team for the next 2 years. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I like him a lot. Go get a big, tall wide receiver. Aggressive. Can win you jump balls. A guy that you can rely on maybe on third down outside of your smaller, quick wide receivers. A guy who can make tough catches. That is ideal. And after that, you're good. I really think this can be put together more quickly than people want to admit or even think can be done. Why? You have an offensive line. You have the tight end. You have the running back. You have a competent quarterback. I'm not saying he's great, but at least he's competent. He's not Marcus Mariota. He's not some of these bottom-tier quarterbacks in the NFL that are backups. Okay? He can at least get something, and he's $30 million on the books next year, so you're gonna play him. Now, whether or not they get a quarterback in this draft, we'll have to wait and see. But that's what the Lions are working with. And if Aaron Glenn is giving you this kind of production from the defense with this limited talent, what happens when you give him maybe an Aiden Hutchinson and a Kobe Dean? Jeff Okuda coming back, a safety in the draft, a safety in free agency, a veteran corner in free agency, some linebackers. Then what?
Kyle Hamilton in the draft.
You're not getting Kyle Hamilton unless you trade back.
Okay, do it, Lions.